evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Chloe Feng. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Owners of 4 upscale homes at Redhill Peninsula get 90 days to clear illegal structures. The Consumer Council dismisses a demand by hackers for a ransom. And the ICAC charges 23 people following the biggest operation in the building management industry. Government inspectors have checked 85 luxury homes at the Redhill Peninsula and suspect that most have illegal structures. In addition, the owners of 4 villas were given a deadline to clear unauthorized structures at their own expense. 2 government departments, buildings and lands stepped up a crackdown on illegal structures in luxury mansions at Redhill Peninsula in Taitan. They inspected 85 ocean-facing detached villas, which are on the high-risk priority list. 70 of them are suspected to have illegal structures. About half are believed to have illegally occupied government land. The authorities will seek court warrants to enter the residences to search for evidence, as officers from the 2 departments were refused entry to 4 homes, while occupants of 6 others did not answer the door. Another round of inspections will be carried out on Monday. Meanwhile, 4 homes were issued with orders to remove unauthorized structures. The owners of numbers 70, 72, 74, and 76 have 90 days to comply. The illegal structures were exposed after a landslide triggered by the recent rainstorm. The owners of numbers 70, 72, and 74 were given 30 days to submit plans on how they plan to restore government land they occupied. All removal and restoration work has to be completed within 150 days, with homeowners bearing the cost. The LIBOR research community earlier said it identified 173 luxury homes occupying government land without permission. A 60-year-old kindergarten in Kowloon town will soon be shutting its doors for good. Founded in 1966, Kentville Kindergarten has taught some 30,000 children at its 2 campuses on Kent Road and Dorset Crescent. Founder and supervisor Helen Wong told parents in a letter that the low birth rate and the immigration wave have made things difficult. Her impending retirement, as well as that of the headmistress and many senior teachers, added to the challenge. Kentville will face its closure over 3 years, with the last groups to graduate in 2026. The Consumer Council says it will not pay a huge ransom demanded by hackers. It was the 2nd time in a month that ransomware groups have targeted Hong Kong institutions. Jenny Slow reports.
The Consumer Council's computer system suffered a malicious ransomware attack on Tuesday evening, but the watchdog only confirmed it today. The hackers demanded a ransom of $500,000 to be paid by 11:20 p.m. tomorrow, but the council has refused to pay. Chairman Clement Chan said almost 80% of the system was damaged, affecting the hotline services and price comparison tools temporarily. The watchdog believes the 7-hour attack could have breached 4 types of individual data. These are the personal information of current and former staff, their relatives and job applicants, Choice magazine subscribers, complainants, and business partners.
Once we got the information about those people, we will be reaching out to them and advising them about the incident and warning them about the possible downside that their data, their personal data, might be obtained by hackers through illegal means.
Chen stressed that the incident was not caused by its staff clicking on phishing links. He suggested that a cybersecurity issue was to blame. The council apologized for any inconvenience caused and filed reports with police and the privacy watchdog. The Privacy Commissioner has received 1 complaint and 8 inquiries about the hacking. Just last month, hackers demanded $300,000 for the return of data stolen from Cyberport. Janice Low, HKIBC.
The government has assured the public that a cybersecurity system can ward off random malicious attacks. Chief Information Officer Tony Wong said the authorities have been conducting cybersecurity assessments and audits regularly. The government server has a 24-hour alert system. Wong urged private and other public organizations to install round-the-clock alerts and conduct cybersecurity audits. The city's corruption watchdog has busted a syndicate accused of ringing tenders for building management contracts. 23 people have been charged, including owners, corporation members. Raymond Young tells us more.
The ICAC has charged 23 people on suspicion of bribery and fraud over $520 million worth of building management and maintenance contracts. The 21 men and 2 women are accused of either offering or receiving bribes totaling $6.5 million. 3 of them are the syndicate's backbone members. The corruption watchdog believed the group had infiltrated the industry, as the buildings were spread across Hong Kong, including Chun Camp Center in Chun Wan. In one case, 3 middlemen offered $2 million to the owner's corporation of a residential block in Kwun Tong in exchange for a $20 million renovation contract. In another case, staff from Discovery Bay Services Management Limited received payments totaling $2 million by making sure renovation contracts would go to specific contractors.
就樓宇管理同埋維修最大型嘅檢控個案。
Principal Investigator Grace Yi declared the operation as the largest ever mounted by the ICAC in the building management industry. Whether it was the number of people arrested, the amount of contracts awarded, or bribes offered. All the suspects have been granted bail and will appear at Eastern Magistracy on Monday. Raymond Yang, HKIBC.
Influencer Joseph Lam says he's no longer involved with the cryptocurrency trading platform JPEX, which is at the center of a fraud scandal.
I don't think anyone, including myself, expected this outcome. I think everyone was shocked, and I'm doing my best to cope financially, psychologically, everything. But I wish everyone well. I want everyone to be optimistic, and in the circumstances, it's the best thing we can do.
Lam was arrested on Monday for alleged conspiracy to defraud. He was released on bail on Tuesday and pledged to help in the investigations. More than 2,000 people reported to police in connection with the JPEX case, while the total amount of money involved has climbed to nearly $1.4 billion. U.S. President Joe Biden has assured Ukraine that it has Washington's full support in the war against Russia. At their White House talks, Biden told Ukrainian President Biden-Zelenskyy that he's getting another $325 million in military aid. Biden also said the first U.S. Abrams tanks will be delivered next week, but Ukraine's demand for long-range missiles was rejected. Zelenskyy also won the support of U.S. senators after telling them that the war will be lost if he doesn't get more weapons. However, Republican representatives appeared to be less enthusiastic.
I raised issues with them. We're very concerned about accountability. Now, you've got to understand, when we provide resources, we don't send cash, we send our weapons. And then when we vote for more monetary money, it's to rebuild the supply chain and the weapons for America.
The Hong Kong stock market ended the week on a positive note as investors went bargain hunting. The Hang Seng Index closed 2.3% higher, climbing above 18,000 points after plunging to a one-month low earlier this week. Buyers snapped up stocks which lost ground amid hopes of more stimulus measures on the mainland. Tech counters were the main gainers. Alibaba jumped 4%, while Tencent ended up 3.5%. And now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index closed up over 400 points. Top 10 equity stocks, Tracker found up 42 cents, Tencent up $10.60, AIA up 80 cents, and Meituan up $4.50. Ping An up $1.75, and Hong Kong Exchange and Clearing up $9. On to the weather now. The searing heat continues into late September. Expect temperatures to reach 33 degrees tomorrow. And that is our main news for Friday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Chloe Feng. Thank you for watching. Good night.